Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings, Ocean Beach. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, June 8th. You'll be interested to know. 77 years ago, today, in 1949, George Orwell released his novel titled 1984, a stark, imaginative political fable that painted a vivid vision of surveillance and authoritarian control. The novel reshaped public understanding of privacy, language, and power, becoming a touchstone for debates about freedom and inspiring lasting cultural and political dialogue. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Monday at Ocean Beach. This morning it's looking fair with waves around 4 to 5 plus feet. Conditions hold steady through the morning before dropping to 3 to 4 feet by noon. Winds are onshore starting at 8 miles per hour, increasing to 16 miles per hour by midday, making it choppy later on. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m. with the 3-foot outgoing high tide, when the west-northwest swell is 7 feet at 8 seconds, and the onshore wind is 6 miles per hour. The first low tide on Monday will be a half-foot at 11:45 a.m., followed by a 5-foot high tide at 7. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 57 degrees for the water temperature. Conditions start fair with 4 to 6 foot waves on Tuesday, but wind increases, creating choppy surf later in the day. Wednesday sees a peak in size with clean 5 to 7 foot sets, offering the best conditions of the period. By Thursday, surf remains in the 4 to 7 foot range, but deteriorates to choppy conditions as winds pick up. This morning, it's mostly cloudy, and it feels like 52 degrees, with 14 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 8:30, and will rise again tomorrow at 5:47. It looks like we're in for a partly sunny day, with a high near 59, falling to around 57 in the afternoon, along with a moderate west-northwest wind, around 16 miles per hour, with gusts up to 26. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 62. Tonight, expect mostly cloudy skies with a chance of rain between 1 and 2 a.m., a low of 54, and light winds, around 10 miles per hour, with gusts up to 24. Looking ahead in the weather. This morning, it's mostly cloudy, and it feels like 52 degrees, with 14 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 8:30, and it will rise again tomorrow at 5:47. It looks like we're in for some mostly cloudy skies today, with a high around 60 and a mild breeze. Tonight, expect continued mostly cloudy conditions, with a low of 56 and light winds picking up a bit. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, in a surprising twist for San Francisco politics, billionaire gubernatorial candidate Tom Steyer may have achieved a political miracle by uniting the city's wealthy, conservative enclaves with its progressive constituents. Despite questions about his chances for a second-place finish, data from Tuesday's election show Steyer winning significant margins in affluent neighborhoods like Seacliff and Pacific Heights, while also securing every precinct in the Progressive Mission District. Politics professor Keely McBride notes that Steyer's focus on environmentalism and corporate accountability resonates with diverse voters, particularly in light of concerns regarding Pacific Gas and Electric's track record. Now on to sports. The New York Knicks will look to put the San Antonio Spurs on the brink of elimination when they battle in Game 3 of the NBA Finals 2026 on Monday night. New York grabbed a commanding 2-0 series lead with a 105-104 victory on Friday. Tip-off from Madison Square Garden in New York City is set for 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Knicks are a 2.5-point favorite, with the over/under for total points scored set at 216.5. The Sportsline projection model, after simulating the matchup 10,000 times, is predicting the under on total points scored. The model projects the Spurs will score a total of 214 points combined. In local sports, the Giants made it look easy against the Cubs yesterday, taking the rubber match 2-1 at Wrigley. Trevor McDonald was stellar on the mound, striking out 6 over 5 innings with just 1 run allowed. Matt Chapman went 2 for 3 with a go-ahead RBI, and the bullpen locked it down for the save. San Francisco has now won 4 of their last 5, and Jung-Hoo Lee extended his hitting streak to 15 games in the process. That momentum carries into tonight at Oracle Park, where the Giants host the Nationals at 6:45. Logan Webb takes the mound against Miles Mikolas in what's a real chance for the Bay to build something at home. Webb has been a stabilizing force all season, and Oracle's pitcher-friendly dimensions should work in his favor. Meanwhile, the Warriors are hosting 6 prospects for workouts today, with the draft just 2 weeks away. Tamin Lipsey from Iowa State is the highest ranked of the group at number 69. Golden State holds the 11th overall pick, the same spot that netted them Klay Thompson back in 2011. On the free agency front, the team is optimistic about re-signing Kristaps Porzingis, though they're weighing whether a mid-level exception makes more sense after he struggled to stay healthy last season. Down in San Jose, the Sharks have 6 prospects in Buffalo this week at the NHL Draft Combine. With the 2nd overall pick, expect them to target a defenseman to build around young superstar Macklin Celebrini. In top news, a magnitude 7.8 earthquake rocks the southern Philippines, causing damage and 1-meter tsunami waves. The quake struck at 7:37 a.m., centered at sea about 13 kilometers southwest of General Santos. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged people to evacuate to higher ground, as tsunami warnings were issued for coastal areas in Indonesia and Malaysia. There were no immediate reports of casualties, but some buildings collapsed in General Santos. Tsunami waves up to 3 meters were possible on some coasts of the Philippines. Aftershocks of up to magnitude 6.5 followed. In business news, Bitcoin is cratering, but a new Wall Street crypto hype is on the rise. In a small corner of the crypto market, investors are rushing in instead of heading for the exits. So-called HYP exchange-traded funds are attracting new assets at a time when leading cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin and Ether, are declining. Since their launch, these products have raised close to $150 million and have mostly experienced positive inflow days. This market is only 1% penetrated into its potential, according to Matt Hogan, Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise. Hyperliquid, a decentralized perpetual futures exchange, has quickly caught attention as a new asset class. Investors are drawn to its revenue model, where 99% of fees generated are used to buy back IP. As of Friday, the Grayscale Hyperliquid staking ETFs had $4.5 million in assets. Experts believe that as awareness grows, these funds could accelerate mainstream adoption. However, competition remains high, and the platform is still unavailable in the United States. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is up 0.5% over the weekend to $63,000. Ethereum is down 3% to just under $1,700. and XRP is up 1% to $1.15. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. NASA will wear high-tech Prada Long Johns to the moon. The liquid cooling and ventilation garment, known as LCVG, will be worn underneath the Axiom Extravehicular Mobility Unit spacesuit during the Artemis 4th mission in 2028. This base layer will provide cooling and comfort to astronauts, circulating cold water through embedded tubes to whisk heat away from their bodies. Unlike older cooling suits, the LCVG features a backup system. Additionally, it houses a ventilation system that supplies fresh oxygen and directs exhaled carbon dioxide for recirculation. This collaboration continues NASA's tradition of blending high-tech materials with high-fashion design. And in entertainment news, John Lithgow is only getting better with age. With his latest Tony Awards win for actor in a play for Giant, Lithgow, 80, became the oldest man ever to win a competitive acting Tony. The record was previously held by Roy Dotrice at 77. Lithgow also opened the longest gap between competitive acting Tony wins in the awards history at 53 years. His first came in 1973, surpassing Angela Lansbury's previous mark of 43 years. The victory puts Lithgow in a rare club of 4 performers. Lithgow expressed gratitude, stating, "I'm such a lucky actor." Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American novelist and short story writer S. Scott Fitzgerald. And he said, "The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold 2 opposed ideas in mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings, Ocean Beach.